Okay, welcome to video 5.4. We're going to talk about linear system application word problems. So, how to solve or set up your word problem systems is to read the problem carefully and determine the totals. If there's one total, that's not a system. That means we only have one variable that will be in the equation. But if we have two totals, that means that it is a system with at least two variables in the equation. Then we determine what the totals represent to help you create the equation. So if it's a total of coins, then it's the number of one coin plus the number of another coin equals the total number of coins. But if it's a total amount of money from coins, then we have to add the money plus money to equal total money. So after our equations are set up, determine the correct method to solve either elimination or substitution. So let's look at one example together. At a quick lunch counter, 6 pretzels and 2 cups of soda cost $5.50. So we know that we have 6 pretzels and 2 sodas. That adds up to $5.50. So this is a total. So it might help you to put a box around the total so we know that that is a total. And then the 2 pretzels and 1 cup of soda cost a total of $2. So that's another total. And we need to find the cost of a pretzel and the cost of a cup of soda. So we know that we have 2 things we're looking for. They didn't give us either one, and we have 2 totals. So this definitely means this is going to be a system of equations. So let's start out with some let statements, which we should always use when we have more than one thing that we are looking to find. So I'm going to start with let x equal, and I'm going to say that that's the cost of one pretzel, cost of or a pretzel. And then we also have the cost of the soda, which is going to be, I'm going to use y, and you could use like p and s, but I like to use x and y. Either one is okay as long as you write out that you are letting that represent the cost of, and then whichever one you want to use. So a cup of soda. Okay, so now I have my let statements. Now I can start writing my equations. Well, the first one was 6 pretzels and 2 sodas cost $5.50. So 6x plus 2y equals $5.50. And my next one said that 2 pretzels and 1 cup of soda cost $2. So 2x plus 1y equals 2. Or $2 if you want to put it that way. Okay, so I think that we could do this with either one, substitution or elimination. It doesn't really matter. So I am going to do elimination here because I think that they're already lined up nicely. I can see x and then y's and then the totals. They're in the right order. So I'm going to go ahead and multiply this bottom one by a -2. So I get the same number, 2, in front of the y with the opposite sign. So this will be a negative. So once I put that -2 out front and I distribute it, I end up with the 6x plus 2y equals $5.50. I didn't change it all. And then the -4x minus 2y equals -4. And now I can go ahead and combine these two equations so that I get rid of one of the variables. 6x minus 4x gives me 2x's. And then I have the 2y minus 2y when I combine it. And you can put an addition out front here if you want. We're going to add these two equations together because they have the same number in front with different signs. And then when I have 5.50 minus 4, I get 1.5 or $1.50. Then to get x by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by 2. And I get x equals 0.75. So the cost of a pretzel is going to be 75 cents. Okay, but now I'm only partway there. That only solved for x. They said that I needed to find the cost of a pretzel and the cost of a cup of soda. So now I need to pick one of my equations. I'm going to use the 2x plus 1y equals 2 for my original 2 that I had because that one's easier. The y is already by itself. I've got a smaller number in front of x, so I'm going to choose that one. So I just rewrote my equation. Now I'm going to sub in my x value, which I just solved for. So 2 times 0.75 or 0.75 plus y is going to equal 2. And then I can, or 2.00, either way is fine. 2 times the 0.75, that gives me $1.50 or 1.5 plus y equals 2. And then when I subtract, because these two are connected with addition, the 1.5 from the 2, then I get y equals 0.5, which I can then put back into my original let statements. The cost of a cup of soda equals, with a dollar sign because it's a cost, 0.50 or 0.50 is fine, so 50 cents. Okay, so those are my two answers then up here. The cost of a pretzel and the cost of a cup of soda. Since I have nice let statements, I can just circle those right in there, and that is my final answer. Okay, we'll continue this tomorrow. Have a good night.